All you moonshiners, if you want to hear about the kind of...
Well, hell, welcome back. I'm George, your humble host, and as always, and I'm also a member of your community. Always a pleasure to be here with you, and we're so glad you tuned in. Now, today's video is one that I've been waiting to do for just a little while, and this is on the G-Still, the manual version. This is awesome. Now, keep in mind, Genio has listened to our pleas and our calls and the comments, and they understand. Now, this is the one that I did. Check out this video if you're interested. That's the automated version, and that automated version is pretty pricey, and we understand that. Now, Genio understands that, so they developed a manual G-Still, and it kind of lends itself more to our community. The introductory price is only $19.99 plus shipping. It's going to run you, your total cost will be about $2,500. Now, just keep that in mind. If you're interested, just let us know and we'll point you in the right direction. Now, here is what is really, really interesting about this thing, and I'm going to show it to you piece by piece, and then, of course, we'll do another video on the assembly, then we'll do another video on the operation. You follow me, okay? So, you're going to have the capability to do everything that the automated version did, but this time you're going to use the skill and knowledge and the techniques that you're already accustomed to, and you're able to apply it and manipulate this on your own, which makes it a lot more challenging, but it also makes it a lot more fun. Now, before we get going, of course, I always say please subscribe and share us with your friends, and at the same time, my 3 favorite channels that I hope that you will also at least visit and check them out. And if you get an opportunity, subscribe. And that is Still It. That's Jesse, it's Still It. Yep. Good friends, and we've collaborated. And we've also got Bearded and Bored. Check them out. And last but not least, I'll tell you what, my new 2 best friends are going to be Joe and Josh from Durbin's Bourbons. That's right. So, hey, look, and if you get on these channels, make sure you subscribe. That's the only thing that YouTube recognizes that the community enjoys our channel and the information that we provide. That's all it is. It costs you absolutely nothing. Now, on to our G-Still. This is the 50-liter bottle, and I'm just going to do some highlights on what it's capable of, what it's accustomed, what it has, so that we can get on to the next one. But you're able to produce 192 proof, 96% alcohol by volume with this, just as you would with the automated version. Again, relying on your skills, your technique, and your persistence. This thing has I call this a manhole. It's like a 10-inch opening. That is very, very useful. And it just closes up. You could use that to fill, or use your imagination. There's a lot of opportunities here. Here's the flange for the introduction of the heating element. Now this thing runs on 240 volts, and this is the heating element that comes with it. You just wire it in. It's real simple. You'll get instructions. This is 2 2,000-watt elements that when you're on position 2. It's running both of them, so you'd have the equivalent of 4,000 watts. But once the heat up is taking place, you don't need all that heat any longer, so you turn it back to 1, and now you've got only 1 2,000-watt element running. Makes sense? Okay. Now, here's how this thing comes. Check out this. It's crated in such a way that, and inside that is styrofoam packing, and you would not believe the amount of packing that goes into this. I've got a demonstration of, even after you get all the foam and all the packing out, it's wrapped in saran wrap to protect it. So it'll take you a while to get it unwrapped and get it opened up, but I'm telling you, it'll come in one piece. Now, UPS, I got this in 10 days. Phenomenal. Here are some of the other aspects of it. I've got a standoff column here. I've got the very base portion of the column with copper, and my sight glass. I've already showed you this is stage 2, and this is stage 1. Now, this entire tank is insulated and wrapped with stainless steel and riveted together. So it's a beauty. The same thing with this column, your second stage of your column, and also with the condenser. It's wrapped with stainless steel, riveted together, and it's already insulated. So you've got an insulated kettle, an insulated column, your efficiency automatically goes up. And the influences of your outside environment are reduced greatly. So it makes it really useful. Now I'm not going to put this together here because again, this is about 8 foot tall, give or take a few inches maybe. And I just don't have the room in here. Plus this is just the introduction. I'm going to set that here. The inside of all of these columns is filled with a spiral stainless steel. Looks like a really small spring. What that does is it increases the surface area of your vapors in order for them to transfer through the column. The entire column is packed. The entire secondary is packed. Okay, this is the head of the column. And the head of the column is where you'll find your condenser and actually reflux chamber. So that's there. This thing is fairly simple to put together as well. Now, just as with the automated version, we've got the filter that goes on the side. Now, this attaches to the column, and you can either use it or not. And you can open it up to refill it with some carbon. And that thing is right there, so you can filter at the same time that you're distilling. And last but not least, now this is probably one of the most important items. And as opposed to the automated version, which was they use an automated interface and a program to control it, this one is controlled manually. This is your needle valve. And your needle valve actually controls the flow into the final condenser. And these are the water ports and liquid out ports where your spirits will arrive. You've got heads and hearts, and then you've got your spirit. Now, gosh, I don't know what else I can tell you about this except that. This is what makes it really, really fun to run because you've got 5 different points on this thing in order to track temperature. You track temperature in the kettle, you track temperature in the import, you track it at the head of the column, and then you've got 2 last temperatures, which is the output temperature and stabilization temperature. And with the instructions that you receive, this is I'm not going to say simple. No, it's not simple. It's a regular still on steroids. It can be challenging to your capabilities, but I'm telling you what, you'll get through it. It is not really difficult. But with all of these data points, and I always talk a lot about data points, with all of these data points, you can definitely make a difference in your distilling hobby. Now, how about that? So, bear with us, and as we get to our next part of this, we'll move to another location where I have plenty of room. I'll have this thing assembled. I'll show you everything about it. And then after that, we'll do another one. This will take me a couple of days. We'll do another one and we'll do an actual run through it, and I'll show you how to track those 5 different temperature points and how to actually run this thing. It's phenomenal. As always, happy distilling.